that girls and women are the primary victims of sexual violence, which means that men are the ones that are doing the victimizing. Therefore, it is for this reason sexual violence is a man's issue as well. We must hold men accountable. We must send a clear message that we as men support, respect, and value the girls and women in our lives.
And saying that an injustice to one of our community members is an injustice to all of us. And we are here to say a victim is never to blame for his or her sexual assault.
In practice, I've seen women whose lives have been dramatically affected by sexual assault. The most profound and obvious effect I see is the shame that exists after a rape. Other crimes like robberies, muggings, purse snatchings, even physical assault, they're different. They don't carry the same kind of shame. These crimes get talked about. So after rape, victims feel outraged, but they also feel ashamed. They're ashamed to tell anyone. They're ashamed to call the police for fear that their own actions are going to be questioned instead of the actions of the perpetrator. Or because the person who assaulted them is most likely someone they know. They're left with the sense that this crime has somehow rendered them as damaged goods, and that who they are as a person is somehow diminished by this.
And we knew that Austin needed this event. We knew that no survivor of sexual violence should ever be further victimized by the suggestion that they were somehow to blame for the horrible things that had happened to them. We knew we were sickened by a pervasive attitude that teaches us don't get raped, instead of teaching don't rape.
A lot of times when you talk about issues like this, the world is so loud and it is so noisy that the little voices of children get lost. I'm here to start a conversation about child victims of sexual assault, and I like to call it rape. I like to call it what it is. I like to name it. I don't want people to feel comfortable. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, there were 6,306 child victims of rape in the state of Texas in 2009. 6,306. That's bigger than some of the small cities that surround Austin, Texas. Entire cities of children in our state are being raped every year.
Such a victim-blaming culture that even children feel responsible for their own violation and fear they will not be believed. It took me many years to learn that I was not to blame for the sexual violence that had become the landscape of my life. Rape stole my sense of safety, my sense of worth, my capacity to trust, my sense of life as meaningful and worth living. It taught me that my needs and desires do not matter. It made me feel powerless, less than human, and alone. I talk with survivors every day. I hear your stories and I believe you. I know without question that it is not your fault, that the victim is never to blame, and you did what you needed to do to survive.
Yes, no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go. Yes means yes.